Good evening, Bob and Danielle. Well, I'm standing not too far from where Antonio Robinson's body was found this morning. Good evening, Bob and Danielle. Well, I'm standing near Wayne Price's home on Rocky Road, just northeast of Fall Creek. It's here where investigators say they found the bodies of Lisa Price and David Dishney. 70 miles, that's the distance from the Kloss family home in Barron to this home in Gordon, where we now know 13-year-old Jamie Kloss was held against her will for nearly 3 months. This is the home of suspect 21-year-old Jake Patterson. You've probably noticed there's a serious need for more traction. And I'm not talking about for your car, I'm talking about for your feet. City officials today are reminding property owners to keep their sidewalks, driveways, and pathways clear. That's right, Danielle, Judy. Well, we are officially 1 week away from the first day of spring, and as we start to see milder temperatures in the area, we're also seeing all of this snow that we got begin to turn into water.
WEAU's TAJMA Hall is live in Chippewa County with more information. TAJMA.
That's right, Bob, Danielle. I'm standing just off of County Highway X in Chippewa Falls, where crews have been busy all day patching up cracks and potholes in the roads. Good afternoon, Judy. Well, we are here celebrating local veterans at the 10th annual Eau Claire Veterans Day Barbecue. Now, this event has been known to draw hundreds of people from the community. They've all been impacted by cancer in some way. I'm here with Wade, who is one of the event organizers, who's here to tell us more. Some shoppers that I spoke to said that they did do their shopping yesterday on Thanksgiving. So maybe that's why we're seeing a lighter crowd in this area.
WEAU's TAJMA Hall joins us now live with more. TAJMA?
Good evening, Judy. Well, we're standing outside of what used to be the Severson Lutheran home. The building here closed in March, and now local developers are looking to turn it into a luxury apartment building that would have views overlooking the Chippewa River. Well, it is an active time for bugs in the state of Wisconsin. Believe me, they're flying all around me as I speak. Offering a free open skating event this Monday, upcoming Monday, and I'm going to attempt to skate off of the rink now. Now, I'm not a skater, so this will be interesting. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss has been safely reunited with her family. This happening almost 3 months to the day it all started. Back in October, the bodies of Jamie's parents, James and Denise Kloss, were found shot to death in the family's Barron home. Jamie had not been seen since. That is, until yesterday. In the small town of Barron, signs that once read prayers for Jamie have now been changed to welcome home. The disappearance of 13-year-old Jamie Kloss has been felt beyond the Barron County community, gaining worldwide attention. Jamie Kloss disappeared from her Barron home on October 15th after the bodies of her parents, James and Denise Kloss, were found shot to death in the family's home. Over the last several months, the Barron County Sheriff's Office, FBI, Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigations, and many surrounding local departments have been working on the case as thousands of tips have been received.
For 88 days, I have stood before you and said we would work tirelessly to bring Jamie Kloss home. Today, I can report we have done just that.
It's just overwhelming. We're so excited to have her back.
Jamie was found in Gordon, Wisconsin. That's in Douglas County, less than 70 miles from Barron.
My agency received a 911 call about 4:30 yesterday afternoon from the individual who was out walking her dog. Said she was approached by a young female claiming to be Jamie Kloss.
Officials say Jamie has been held against her will since her disappearance, but was able to escape and find help. A suspect is now in custody, 21-year-old Jake Patterson of Gordon. Officials say Patterson has ties to Barron County. He worked with Jamie's parents at the Jennie-O turkey store several years ago, but just for 1 day.
With regard to the suspect taking great efforts to minimize his forensic footprint at the crime scene, they include things like not leaving trace evidence by changing his physical appearance, like shaving his head not to leave hair behind.
Investigators spent the day searching his home for clues.
We have recovered a gun consistent with what was used at the scene of the initial homicide. However, we will have to wait for confirmation that it was indeed the same weapon after examination by the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. The gun used at the scene on the night of the incident was a shotgun. The shotgun was also used to shoot open the door at the Kloss home on the night of the incident.
Officials say Jamie did not know Patterson prior to the incident. She has now been reunited with her family after a short hospital stay.
Jamie has been found safe and has been reunited with her family and friends. There is truly nothing in the world better than that.
The case has gained international attention, but right here in Wisconsin, hope for Jamie was never lost.
Jamie is the hero in this case. There's no question about it. And she's the one that helped us break the case.
And officials say Jamie was targeted by Patterson, carefully planning the crime with the intention of kidnapping her. Investigators say Patterson has no criminal history and appears to be unemployed. He's set to appear in Barron County Court on Monday, where he faces charges of first-degree homicide and kidnapping.
Tonight at 6, Chippewa County deputies confirm the body of a missing boater is found in Lake Wissota.
After 2 days of searching, a second body has been recovered from a weekend pontoon incident on Lake Wissota.
Officials say the search for 22-year-old Antonio Robinson came to an end just a few hours in today's search efforts. WEAU's TAJMA Hall joins us live from Lake Wissota, where the body was recovered. TAJMA.
Good evening, Bob and Danielle. Well, I'm standing not too far from where Antonio Robinson's body was found this morning. And officials say while multiple agencies have assisted in the search effort this week, it's ultimately the Sheriff Department's drone that led to today's recovery.
Shortly before 9 o'clock, one of our drone operators indicated that they had located an object in the water near the dam that resembled that of a human.
The discovery of 22-year-old Antonio Robinson's body comes just a day after officials released the names of 2 men involved in a pontoon incident on Lake Wissota.
We received a call from a young lady who indicated that sometime in late afternoon on Saturday, she had actually seen the pontoon and the tube near the island on Lake Wissota, and that nobody was on the tube and nobody was in the boat.
On Sunday, officials found the body of 50-year-old Travis Kramer tied with a rope to a tube floating near the buoys north of the hydro dam. Both deceased men were from Minnesota, in town on a family camping trip.
Travis Kramer was dating a relative of Antonio.
Boaters were asked to keep an eye out for Robinson this week.
I am staying at a resort here on the lake, and the resort owner told us about the incident and to be on the lookout for one missing deceased.
And after just 2 days of searching, Sheriff Kowalczyk says they were able to locate the body of Antonio Robinson, and it wasn't too far from where they found the body of Travis Kramer on Sunday. The drone gave investigators a better view, aiding in the recovery. Gary Uding, retired police officer, says the incident is unfortunate.
It made me think of my law enforcement days when we would pull them out of the river in La Crosse. I felt for the family right away.
We may never know what happened, but this is a prime example that safety equipment such as the life jackets should always be worn, regardless if you're a swimmer, if you're a non-swimmer.
Officials say they have no witnesses in this incident and don't know exactly what happened, but they believe it might have been a tubing or swimming accident. They also said that they have ruled out foul play. Live in Chippewa County, TAJMA Hall, WEAU 13 News.
Now we turn to a feel-good story about an unlikely family reunion.
A local man discovers the identity of his biological parents, leaving him with quite a surprise. WEAU's TAJMA Hall is here to explain all of this to us.
Yes, that's right, Danielle, Judy. Well, the level of irony in this story is wild. Nathan Boos was adopted at birth and never knew who his biological parents were. Well, recently he discovered their identity, and to his surprise, he's actually known his father for years. Take a look.
Growing up, you know, I always knew that I was adopted. It just never crossed my mind that I'd ever find my parents.
Nathan Boos says he's gone through his entire life never knowing who his biological parents were.
I was adopted right at birth, right out of Marshfield, is where I was born.
Nathan's adoptive parents knew who his biological parents were, but because Nathan never asked, they never told him. Until one day.
And my mom just happened to come by one day and said, well, you're friends with your dad on Facebook.
After continuing this conversation with his adoptive mother, Nathan discovered his biological father is a truck driver, just like him. And that's when Nathan got curious.
She just went on my Facebook and went through my friends list and brought up his picture. And I said, get out of here.
Turns out, Nathan's biological father has been working at Rock Solid Transport in Chippewa Falls with Nathan for the past 2 years.
And I fell out of my seat.
He messaged me on Facebook one day and asked me if I knew his biological mother. And I'm like, yeah, that's my ex-wife. I about fell out of my seat. I'm like, oh my God.
Bob, who has 2 other children with his ex-wife, says the choice to give Nathan up for adoption was a difficult one, caused by financial stress.
Back then, I wasn't much of a dad. His biological mom had chosen the adopted parents. And like he said, because they were somewhat related, distant cousins, I believe. But I didn't know that.
Both say they're excited to continue growing the friendship they already had.
Well, it's still kind of a shock. You know, and there's days I'm not sure exactly what to say or how to act. I mean, he is my son, but yet we didn't have that father-son relationship growing up, you know, and then we became working partners before we knew who we really were.
You know, we're just taking one day at a time, 1 mile at a time, as we say.
And both Nate and Bob tell me that this reunion has brought them both a sense of peace. Sure. And they plan to continue building their friendship. Nate is actually scheduled to get married soon, and he's excited to see Bob there on his special day. Bob actually joked with me and said now he gets a better seat to the wedding.
Hopefully he'll be up there front and center as well.
Yeah, it's so great that they had that connection before.
It's such a good story.
It really is.
It's just uncanny, all of the similarities, just seeing them together and working at the same place. Like, who would have thought?
They definitely have the same sense of humor, I can tell you.
Thank you so much, Tajma.